Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to dig into a topic that might just solve some of your biggest gardening headaches. We're talking about the hidden power of a tiny, tiny nutrient that, believe me, makes a massive difference: zinc.
Okay, so picture this. You're out in your garden, and you just know something's off. Your plants look kind of weak, their growth is just stalled, and any new leaves are coming in pale and small. You know you've given them water, you've added fertilizer, but nothing seems to be working. It's a classic gardener's mystery, isn't it?
So, you're standing there asking yourself this exact question. Why are my plants sick? You feel like you've done everything by the book. You've followed all the common advice, but your plants are still struggling. It's so frustrating, and it really makes you wonder if you're missing some crucial piece of the puzzle.
Well, what if the problem isn't one of the big things, like nitrogen or water? What if the answer is actually microscopic, something that's incredibly powerful but often completely overlooked? The culprit might just be something much, much smaller than you think.
And that right there brings us to the hero of our story today, zinc. We like to call it the tiny titan because even though plants only need it in really small amounts, its role in their health is absolutely gigantic. It is a true powerhouse that a lot of growers just forget about.
So, what does zinc actually do? Well, you can think of it as the master controller for a plant's entire growth system. It's essential for creating growth hormones like auxins, which are basically what tell the plant when and how to grow bigger. It also helps build proteins and activates enzymes. Those are like the tiny engines making everything work. Without enough zinc, the whole system just grinds to a halt. So how do you become a zinc detective in your own garden? The great news is your plants will absolutely give you clues. You just have to know how to read them, and all the signs are written right there on the leaves. This right here is the classic #1 symptom to look for: interveinal chlorosis. Just look at the leaves. If you see this really distinct pattern, yellow tissue between green veins, that is a major red flag for zinc deficiency. It's honestly one of the clearest signals a plant can send you.
But wait, the clues don't stop there. You might also notice that new leaves are unusually small or skinny compared to the healthy ones. In some plants, you'll see what's called a rosette effect, where the leaves all bunch up close together because the stems just can't grow to their full length. This stunted growth is a direct result of the plant just not having enough zinc to develop properly.
All right, now this is the game-changing clue. This is the one thing that separates a good guess from an expert diagnosis. If you remember nothing else from this explainer, remember this. The symptoms, that yellowing, those small leaves, they will almost always show up on the new, young growth first. This single clue is what sets it apart from so many other nutrient issues. And here's the why behind it. See, zinc is an immobile nutrient inside the plant. Once it's been used in an older leaf, the plant can't just pull it out and move it to a new growing leaf that needs it. By contrast, mobile nutrients can be shifted from old leaves to new ones, so their deficiency symptoms usually appear on the bottom of the plant. Understanding this whole immobility thing, that's the key. Okay, so let's dig a little deeper, right? Why does this deficiency even happen in the first place? It's often not because there's zero zinc in the soil. The real problem is that, even if it's there, the plant simply can't get to it. So what's stopping your plants from grabbing the zinc they need? There are a few usual suspects. If your soil has a high pH, meaning it's alkaline, the zinc gets chemically locked up, and the plant can't use it. Using way too much phosphorus fertilizer can also block zinc from being absorbed, and sometimes it's just the weather. Cold, wet soil can make it really tough for the roots to do their job properly. But here's the good part, the empowering part. Once you've figured out the problem and what's probably causing it, you can totally fix it. There's a really clear, actionable plan you can follow to both treat the issue right now and stop it from ever happening again. The plan is actually pretty simple. For a quick fix, you use a foliar spray that has zinc in it. The leaves absorb it directly, and you can see improvements really fast. For the long-term solution, you've got to amend the soil with a zinc fertilizer. And honestly, the best strategy of all? Be proactive. Test your soil on the regular and focus on balanced nutrition to avoid these problems in the first place.
So what's the big lesson here? What's the main takeaway? It's that paying attention to the little things can have a huge, huge impact. Understanding the role of micronutrients like zinc really elevates your skills as a grower, from just, following instructions to truly understanding what your plants are trying to tell you.
So the next time you walk through your garden, don't just see a bunch of plants. See a communication system. The color of the leaves, their size, their shape, it's all information. Your plants are talking to you, and now you know one more part of their language.
And this really is the key, isn't it? It's such a powerful reminder that in gardening, just like in so many things, balance is everything. Paying attention to those tiny, overlooked details is often the secret to incredible success. So next time you see a struggling plant, remember to look just a little bit closer. You might find that the smallest nutrient is the key to solving your biggest problem.